Would you like to maximise your borrowing power and actually understand how it works? Excellent. Kinto White here from Q Financial, and in just a moment, I'm not going to just tell you how it works, I'm going to share my screen with you and show you exactly how it works. Okay, let's take a look at how borrowing power works. Just to put it into perspective, we'll just look on the right hand side of the screen and we'll set a goal. So in this particular situation, we've got a couple buying a property for $800,000. They're chipping in a 10% deposit, so they need to borrow 90%, which is $720,000 once we add mortgage insurance, because they don't have the full 20% deposit. Their total amount they need to borrow is about $740,000. That'll see them contributing about $116,000, and the total loan amount of $740,000, as I mentioned. Now, let's flip over to the borrowing power, knowing our target now is $740,000. So I've already got this one filled out. As we can see here, we've got no borrowing power. All of the figures are in the negative here, and all in the red. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tweak a few things until the borrowing power is in the positive. We've got applicant 1 and applicant 2, so we've got a couple with 2 children. We've got applicant 1 is earning $90,000 and applicant 2 on $65,000. Let's say applicant 1 is a nurse working in a hospital and can do some salary sacrificing. I'm going to focus on ING for this particular exercise. Current borrowing power is $532,000, so quite a bit short of the $740,000 we're after. Let's say this one, salary sacrifice is $10,000, so the taxable will drop down to $80,000. So it's $532,000 was the figure, was the borrowing power. And then if we put $10,000 per year in tax-free, $532,000 goes up to $586,000. So there's no extra income there at all, just purely the benefits of the salary sacrificing have been included. Let's say applicant 2 can do a bit of overtime. $586,000 up to $644,000. So that's increased borrowing power quite a bit there too, doing the overtime. Also, because we're on a 90% LVR, so we're borrowing 90%, that's got a lower borrowing power than, say, if they had a full 20% deposit. So just to show you that, so currently the borrowing power is $644,000. If they did have a 20% deposit, it go up from $644,000 up to $662,000. So that's purely just because the interest rate will be lower. Just pop it back to 90. In this situation, they've got a credit card with a limit of $10,000. We always include the limit, never the balance, when we're looking at borrowing power. So current borrowing power is $644,000. Let's say we close that credit card. $644,000 up to $694,000. We've also got a car loan here as well. Let's say we can close that car loan. $694,000 up to $749,000. So now it's just turned orange. We do have borrowing power there, but it's actually still really, really tight. So it's just being flagged that it's tight, it's cautious. Living expenses. So there are a lot of different living expense items, but there are a few that are factored in above and beyond what's called standard living expenses. Private health insurance. If we remove the private health insurance for $300 a month, $749 borrowing power is now $789, and it's gone green because there's enough monthly surplus, which has created a little bit lower risk, and the red flag's been taken off. Other things to take into consideration with borrowing power: if you've got body corporate fees, they'll reduce your borrowing power. If you've got child maintenance, if you've got life, accident, illness or income protection insurances, all of those things reduce your borrowing power as well. There we have it. Now we've got the borrowing power we need. Hope that's been helpful. I'll wrap it up here. Thanks.